Wanted to show you these amazing colors on these trees. Look at this. It's peaking right now like crazy here in the neighborhood. Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, the yellows, the oranges. There's the back over here. Yeah. Beautiful colors. Hi all, Todd here, and today I'm actually heading up towards Greensboro because we're going to hit a couple of antique malls, and the one I love, which you've probably seen before, is Lost in Time Antiques, and we're going to head that way and check it out. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about driving. We'll be there in a split second. So let's go! And in a flash, I am here at Lost in Time Antique Mall. We're just outside of, I may have said Greensboro, but we're actually Winston-Salem. So, but we've been here before. It's probably been maybe about a year since we were last here. And as you notice, Connie's not with me. She had to do some things today. But yeah, we're going to go inside. And I love this antique place. This Lost in Time is pretty amazing. So let's go. And here it is, the entryway. Now, Christmas is coming up. So I do recommend you guys come here and support these guys because they have some amazing vendors in here, and I'm sure we're going to find some goodies. And right as I walked in, check this vintage Santa Claus out. It's from the 1936. Wow, it's $295. An old advertisement. Really cool. Turn around here. Yeah, this place is just filled with amazing vintage and antique stuff you can collect.
Cars and little rubber wheels on them, and they're from Japan. And he never played with them because it's garbage. And he said his aunt would get them for him all the time because they're real cheapos. Yeah. And now they're worth more than anything he has. Because they're so rare.
Yeah, as soon as you come in to the left, this booth is amazing. All these vintage toys. Look at that Beverly Hillbillies book. Got the Charlie's Angels on the TV Guide. And check out the tin toys. Look at that one. That's so cool. These are great. Look at this Dr. Doolittle right here. It's a magic trick box, looks like. Whispering color set. And I remember having one of these. And that one, $225. Yeah, I had that. It's like the ultimate gun. You can launch grenades, all kinds of cool stuff. But always right off the bat, I always love checking this booth out. It's got some amazing stuff here. And over here too, that Star Trek cup. Look at this! Wow. There's a big Jim van. I've got that though, but it's cool. I'm always looking for big Jim stuff. That's for sure. Look at the rocket capsule for G.I. Joe. $60 for him. And you go over here. Hopalong Cassidy. Nice. A lot of Hopalong Cassidy stuff. Look at the drink. Hair trainer. I don't think it's a drink. But look at all this. Then down here you're going to find some cool die casts. Buck Rogers. Moonraker from James Bond. Little Furbies. Some Star Wars. Look at this. That's cool. Star Trek game. Oh, puppets. I do have friends who collect camel stuff. Look, check out the dolls here. Those are neat. Yeah, big. The salt and pepper shaker. Those are cool. Lighters. But they're only $75 each. Those are in great shape. So you do have your Joe Camel collectors. Well, check this out. Got Farrah right here in the frame. $69. Got coins and jewelry. And of course, get your skillets. Nothing like an iron skillet. This place is just packed with all kinds of goodies. Get this Mickey Mouse Club doll. It's pretty spooky. Let's see how much she is. She is 26. Get a Ferengi. Got all kinds of different dolls and porcelain. There's Mickey. Look at this guy. I just love unique stuff like that. That's real different. But got a little mink there. stall. And you have all kinds of cool little trinkets right here. There's is that an Action Man? Look at Evel Knievel back there on Sports Illustrated. Got Pete Rose there. Wow, look at these. Some Franklin Mint stuff. Even this booth is packed with stuff. Little grab bags, figures. Star Trek, Star Trek, Star Trek, Star Trek. All kinds of die cast. Yeah, I'm definitely going to walk away with something today. It's the cap gun, 19. I'm trying to see the date. No, there's no date on there, but it says pair of Texas Junior cap pistols in the holster. Got the old Red Ryder right here. Yeah, it's a Red Ryder right there. 46. You're gonna find all kinds of cool stuff. There's some for my Marvel collectors. Got jars for marbles, tongue tied. Get the Briar horses. We got him. I love stuff like that. The Sylvester thing for the kids. That's fun. All these mermaids. Wow. 43. Yeah, I love all this. Kinds of stuff here. Look at this. They were telling me too up front they do have new vendors, and they also some of them have moved around because some of them actually expand. They get more cool stuff. Look at all these lighters. This is just one booth, you guys. I just started. Watches. Fun stuff. Alright. Oh, look at that. I love that. It's only $19.50. Another Mickey Mouse. And some Mark stuff. Those knives too. Really cool. Check that out. $70 for that army hat. Very cool. Yeah, always make sure to check out the little displays. All the pocket knives here. I know there's a lot of collectors that are into the pocket knives. And you get some one-arm bandits here. Check those out. Love this classic TV guide stand. That's cool. Got Jack Benny. Got Lucy. Elizabeth Taylor. Looks like Richard Burton. Right there. And then down here, check this out. It's Roy Rogers and Dale Evans paint book. That's cool. This display is pretty amazing. This booth right here is a display case, so you don't have to have a huge booth get stuff like this. But yeah, just look at all this stuff. Look at those guys. That gun too. Wow. Yeah, I just started. Right through here too. Oh, look at him. Nasty. He is 2,300. That's not too bad for him. Horse there. Got a lot of dishware. I love that clown. Little postcards. I love it when they have the big lettering on there. That's great. A lot of people collect those too. Got croquet set. Used to have one of those growing up. A lot of fun to play in the yard. Got Susie Ann Summers. Yeah, there's gonna be I'm gonna try to keep this minimal because there's just so much here. You spend hours and hours here and lost in time. Yeah, step back there too. We're gonna walk back over here. And $498.50, you can have a really nice bust of Lincoln. Got little tin cans there. Those are cool. Got a Piedmont one. Charlotte Getaway to London. That's when they had the direct flights. Yeah, look at all this stuff here. I've actually got that at home. I got a black version of it. Of that motorcycle. Oh, Star Trek figures. Pokemon. Got some die cast. Right here. I love that Hojo. The bow. It's $89. Man, amazing. Some signed baseballs. There's a Happy Day Bank, and then this little monkey. Wow. I'll show you this Felix the cat too. Right up here. He's right there. Now, wow, and check that Stormtrooper looking tin robot for 78. That's actually Tonka. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen one of those. Yeah, look at all this. It's amazing. Look at the clay pottery. This one, see 50% off everything in this booth. Look at that Shelby sign there. That's cool. Last Supper. Nice. You can easily get lost in here just looking at everything. There's just so much to see. Kai loves her roosters. Look at these guys. All kinds of tin cans. All your little snacks in here. Got Jane Parker's potato chips. Eat Economy pretzels. Of course, you get your Charlie chips. All this wonderful glassware. And also, you're going to find your Christmas decorations. Yeah, birdcage. That's nice. Yeah, this place is amazing.
Here, there's more toys in here. None. Oh, mercy, look at the broke. Go see what your mama was looking at over here.
Just walking around so you can get an eyeful and enjoy the ambiance. Two, if you ever hear me play music over stuff, it's because they probably have copyright music playing on the speakers. Just gotta watch that. Look at this guy. This is $585 for this bear. It's kind of a bear totem with the babies up here and get mama down there. It's a Ram football player, looks like. That's classic. That one is, you get $15 on that. Razzmatazz, little player piano. Get the Pepsi machine. Yeah, you can spend the day here. And this is like the third or fourth booth, and I think there's over 100 booths here. I think it's a pretty big place. Postcards, Star Trek, Christmas decorations. You're gonna see a lot of Christmas stuff, and of course, you're gonna find your comic books, $1.25 each. On forward, so it looks like a lot of these right here. And this, yeah, it's a lot of independent stuff, but it's $1.25. I'm gonna go through there real quick, see what I find. But right off the bat, check that out, Mr. Miracle. Some of these have a bad reflection. I apologize. I'm just trying to see if I can get a good shot of some of the wonderful vintage toys here. Look at all these. I love the Jetsons Express. Look at that. $310 for him. Love that oil tanker back there too. $115. All the jalopies. These are great. And down here you got more of the tin metal trains. So what of a collection of Tonka here. Kind of mixed in with different other metal toys. Got Star Wars over here. Get like package deals with those. Now look at this M&M collection. A lot. But good old beer neon too. And check out this G.I. Joe sub, Tiger Shark. That's cool. Tons of Tonka. Look at these. And then back here, look at this Coca-Cola advertisement collection. The coolers, the signs. Check these guys out. Those are fun. Yeah, you got coolers. Got the old ones we used to see in the gas stations growing up. Man. bubblegum machine there. The bubblegum machine is $95 for that one. Old Camel cigarette calendar. Check these out. Really cool board games. Oh, it's Dick Clark. So we used to host the $25,000 pyramid. I think that's for oil right there. Old Pepsi sign. Really neat. Some old clocks too that you would see in the gas stations or bars, things like that. These are great. I like that Pepsi clock. Look at that one. See how much he is. He is $125. And there are a lot of booths here with vintage classic tools that you can buy here as well. Check that out. Naval ship signal light. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. Get a piece of history here. Or if you'd rather get Homer as Santa, or a reindeer on a chopper. Oh, I found Fred over here. Look at this Fred. It's piggy bank for $60. And look at him. I do remember this guy. Can't remember his name off the bat, but he is, just says Spaceman 30. He actually has a name. If I find it, I'll post it here, if I can find it. But it's pretty cool. But I love the Fred piggy bank. Got some cool chalk art here. Very nice. Yeah, little hidden things down here. Of course, get your figures here. Hot Wheels. Some cool clocks. The NASCAR 2008. Class of 2008. Uranium glass. Very cool. Yeah, you're of course going to find your furniture. Get your old Bell Atlantic phone sign. Tell you where the phone is, and that's $125. Vintage clothing. Yeah, we go way back that way too. This is a huge, huge place. But there's some more. Look at the clay pottery here. Oh, it's a nice collection. Yeah, some of these could be in the thousands, but let's see how much he is. $375. Really depends. Sometimes you'll find certain artists too. Or the old airliner displays. Check this guy out. Some tin truck here. That is $175 for him. He's in great shape. And more tin that you can collect. Yes, it's a lot of fun in this place. Okay, let's walk around more. This booth here is pretty neat. He's got all kinds of bottles, different sodas. Look at these. All along there. Way back in the back. And I love this. You got the syrup that you mix in when you're at the fountain getting your drinks. That's what they used to be for. Look at that. Pepsi. Fountain syrup. Then you get the Coke. You got that cherry soda with Donald Duck on it. If you're a Disney collector, there you go. Look at all the matches here. A lot of people used to collect the matchbooks. I think people still do. They can find them. All kinds of different Coke advertising and Pepsi. Got your Raggedy Ann's. Pepsi shirt. More of your syrup bottles, knee high. Look at the size of that potato chip can. It's Gordon's fresh potato chips. That's a lot of potato chips. But, I mean, there's treasures everywhere here. Head down this way. It's just so much. I have to show you, be here for hours. But kind of get a glimpse of everything that they have here. Oh, we actually had these paintings here. I might actually still have them somewhere. I know I definitely have that one, that one, that one, and maybe that one. I knew we had 4 of them, as I said, and I think when I was growing up, I had it in our room. My brother and I had the soldiers, the uniforms. They're really cool. So that's a really cool set. It's cool to see those out and about, but I remember having those. Classic suitcases here, and more vintage clothing. Got shoes, vintage shoes. Check those out. Of course, you can find your Christmas stuff and Halloween stuff still up. Here's some Halloween. Probably get a good deal on those right now. Walk through here. NASCAR stuff, of course. Here you go. All kinds of NASCAR. Small NASCAR annual books here. There's a book on Earnhardt. Yeah, several books. I'd actually get that one there of his career. Postcards. So, yeah, animal crackers right here. Check that out. And that is 20 Barnum's Animals. I don't think they make those anymore, but I remember getting them. Check out the milk bottles. Yeah, I'm that old. I remember down in Florida, we had the milkman deliver those when I was little, back in the 60s. And eventually they stopped doing it, but that's pretty neat, the old milk bottles. Some great canisters and jars down here. Some die cast. And some more back here too. Very cool. And I thought this was pretty neat too. Yeah, some people save the old carry boxes for your sodas and beers back in the day. And check out the old gas station maps you could pick up. I still have a collection of my dad's. Yeah, we'd always go to each state and get a map and ready to travel. I saw this Spider-Man phone for $34.99. That's pretty cool. Hats. I love this old Wheaties one. That's pretty cool. But right now, 70% off. Also got some really neat hats up here too. Love this old Pepsi Cola dispenser right here. It's really neat. Probably saw that in the drugstore or something at one time. It's $150 for that. And there's where they used to pour it in right there. I remember having one of these growing up. You kind of turn it and it tells you a story. It kind of spins through a story, how it goes across. Old Fisher Price toy, those are cool. And here's a fun standee of Maryland. And these are fun. It's what they're calling a car jar. $125 for each one, just filled with all kinds of different cars. You never know what you might find in there. Then you got some Mickey Mouse ears over here and more Joe Camel stuff. I've seen a lot of Joe Camel stuff here, that's for sure. Some tumblers and cups and glassware and more. Knives. Check this out. It's like a marionette. Not a marionette, a puppet of Mickey. His head's off. That's pretty cool. And fun stuff here. A boat. Sailboat. They still have that table here than that was last year. Too funny. It's a Batman lamp. It's a Batman leg lamp. Fragile, but it's a Batman lamp. Never seen that before. That's pretty funny. Let's turn around here. Love the old Dodge. There's Chucky up there. It's $425 for that one. Spooky. Of course, you can have your DVDs and VHSs. So this guy is kind of a knockoff G.I. Joe. That's pretty scary. Doll in a formaldehyde jar. Got a moped here. Check that out. 1978. That's cool. Yeah, alien. That's cool. That Texaco truck, $225 for him. So I'm just cruising along here, looking at all the fun stuff. See some scale trains too, which is cool. Got a rooster there. I think kind of like that. Everything here is 50% off. He's neat. $125, so 50% off that. Check out the Pepsi can holder there with the drinks. R2D2. That's cool. Let's see how much he is. He is $350. He's in immaculate shape. Man, fun stuff. Then you gotta sometimes just wander into booths like this because you never know what you might find. Like shoes like this. Look at these bling bling shoes. Yeah, you don't want to get kicked by that, that's for sure. And of course they have their Christmas stuff coming out. Got some taxidermy. He's a nice one there too. Let me see how much he is. I don't have any taxidermy. I have antlers and stuff like that. He's only $100 for him. It's firm. He's actually in great shape. He's a pretty boy. Got some die cast over here. Turn around. Of course, coffee mugs. So everything in this booth is 15% off. So $100 on that guy there is 50% off. But check out this Mickey statue. That's cute. He's $8. And you got this happy birthday Mickey Mouse. I'm guessing there was a decoration for a birthday in there at one time. There's Santa. We got so many Santa Clauses at home for Christmas. This old Disney plate here. Disney tray, $6. That's neat. That's definitely vintage. Man, that's old school right there. A lot of Disney productions. That'd be fun to have. Only $6, and it's another 15% off of that. Yeah, I'm gonna pick him up. It's only $6, and you get an extra 15% off. Yeah, it's definitely vintage Disney with Mickey tray. That's really cool. Great for display. So now I'm gonna head back in here, one of the back room areas. That's really nice. Yeah, they have some nice furniture here too. Some vintage clothing. Got a Winston advertisement there. For cigarettes. I get to vinyl back in here. Fun. Got 45s too. Walk over here's Kenny. Fun stuff. Got old horse rocker here. That's neat. Right there. Never had one of those growing up. One of those big horse rockers. Never had that. Always had a wagon. One of my brothers would pull me in or something. That's what we had. John Denver. Shirley Temple. Yeah, a lot of classics. Check that poster out. Frankenstein, the man who made a monster. That's a cool poster right there. Yeah, it looks like a reproduction, but it's really cool. But they got all kinds of vinyl back in here. Here's some more really neat advertisement. Neon. Very nice. Over here too. Yeah, this booth is filled up with advertisement. Yeah, Standy Coke one. That's made of metal. And look at the bubblegum machines. Those are cool. And some of these are reproductions too. But they're really nice. I like that. Rodeo Bagatelle right there. That's cool. And you flip it up and you win a prize. See which thing it goes into. It's $120 for that. And look at that old Western Auto sign. That's cool. Check this out. A table. It's like a piggy bank right there. That table is $175. You get a quarter on there. But look at all the furniture here and advertising along this wall. And I'm seeing some toy vendors back there. We'll go back there in just a second. But I just love this place. Look at all this. And I said earlier, for Christmas, you got to come here. Get that unique gift. You know, something that somebody might remember growing up. Or that their parents had. That kind of gives them a reminder of their past. Just fun stuff like that. Instead of going to the mall or getting on Amazon, come and support these guys. Yeah, these are great. Just love them. Find little treasures. Get some old cool paintings. Oh, look at this right here. 7 Dwarves. That's cool. It's definitely classic right there. It looks like some kids painted or colored at one time. Watercolors or crayons. $125 for that. That's neat. But really cool fall stuff here as well. Look at all that. That is so neat. Die cast over here. Some new stuff, or newer stuff. More wonderful advertising right here. Yeah, the toy stuff's over here. We're gonna walk around over there too. Oh, here's some more of those. Oh, these are the old, like white vinegar bottles. Those are cool. I remember those. $20 for those. Beautiful jars. Mace Windu just chilling out amongst all the antiques. And yeah, there's more back in here too. You get this Lucy rack here, all kinds of bad loose figures. Yeah, just kind of spin through them. Kind of taking a peek at some Dragon Ball Z down there. Vintage clothing. Always try to look for a good ball cap too. I have found some really good ones in some of the antique places, so I'm always on the lookout for ball caps. Never know what you might find. Got comic books back here. Here's some Klingons for $7. Those are neat. Star Trek figures. Then comic books and Panther stuff. So, not sure if I have time to really go through the comic books, but they do have a nice array of comic books. Somebody got busted for shoplifting. Yeah, don't do that. You're caught on camera for sure. Here's some cool ones over here. I love going through the horror stuff. Very neat. So yeah, I'm gonna check out some, not all, because there's just a lot of stuff here. And I like how he has it labeled. There's Epic Magazine, anything Ninja Turtles, then Disney, right here. Bananas. I remember Bananas. So that's neat. He's got a nice collection of magazines here. And of course, I'm always into the horror stuff. Saw a couple stuff over here. Weird horror stories. Terra Tales. Yeah, he's got some Vampirella. Good. Here's a weird. Another Vampirella. Some classics right here. See how much he is. That one's only $3. That's from 1971. I love the artwork. I actually might need to get that. And I did find Famous Monsters of Filmland. Yeah, I'm gonna go through these and see if I can find some cool deals. I've got a pretty huge collection now of them, but I'm gonna see what he has here. This is classic, the Monster Times. He's got, I think, 7 of them in here. Yeah, 7 of those for $20. That is definitely classic right here. So I found some really cool magazines. I'll show you those at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. So we're gonna go around and continue our journey through Lost in Time. So when I walk through the antique malls in my series of antique videos, I like to kind of show everything, give you a, people can, it's not gonna appeal to everybody, but people can see what they have here. You might like a bedroom set. There you go, classic. Yeah, all kinds of different furniture. Or you might like the Green Goblin, So, show those chairs out. Those are classic. Okay, I'm going to head back this way. So I just want to show everything to everybody who have different taste in things, So, Mickey and Minnie right there. More furniture back in here. Some old advertising with that Scott Muffler sign. That is $1,250. But you're going to find all kinds of wonderful stuff through here. Furniture-wise, a lot of antique furniture. Yeah, there's a great assortment of stuff here that you can go through. Especially like advertising. Look at this. That's cool. Yeah, just fun little things like that. Walk down here. Check that out if you want to put that in your game room or something. That's neat. Old stoplight. Cool. Yeah, all kinds of paintings on the walls and photos. That's a nice piece right there to display your stuff or your dishes, things like that. This is way back here in the back room too. So, yep, we want to be able to appeal to everybody. You might not be into toys, but you might be into plates or glassware, magazines, paintings. Might be into dollhouses, the old tin dollhouse there, things like that. Big wheels, the old Huffy bike there. So, all kinds of great stuff all through this antique mall. Love the old Christmas blow molds. Walk around here, the candles, then you get the Santas. 130, he's 40, that's not bad. Oh no, he's 110, sorry. But look at these guys. Just a mixture of collectibles. Well, another one-armed bandit. That's what we used to call them, one-armed bandits, because they're going to take your money. Look at that, Mickey Mouse phone. All kinds of fun stuff right here. Toys and collectibles. Look at that RC boat. Look at that Harley Davidson. The old lanterns. Tom Clark stuff. Old phonographs here. These are great. Old cash register. Look at the taxidermy. This bear's got Barbie in his clutches. His name's Jerry too. He's cool looking. The old suitcases. But like I said, you know, there's an array of stuff. The old school desk right there. Then you get phonographs. Then you got some old radios. So they try to appeal to everybody, look for something. These are great gifts too for Christmas time. Paintings on the wall. All these clocks. Chairs. This is a Rich Toys Regulation Bowling Alley. I don't think the duck comes with it though. So yeah, just venture around over here. Check that out. I haven't found any big gym stuff yet. Maybe I will. I found that camper. That was about it. A little pinball machine. Walk over here, get your own payphone. That's definitely old school analog. That is $3.95. Yeah, just an array of wonderful treasures. Check that samurai out. $85 for that. You got the, is that Green Bean? I can't remember his name, but it's the Jolly Green Giant's son. Got Hummels here.
Next week.
A fire truck. That's cool.
Korean War was born in 1931.
Oh, look at all these. That's neat. Northwestern Saturn 2000 bubblegum machine for $140. That's awesome. More Mickey Mouse phones. Got the Witch there for $79. You're gonna find all kinds of Matchbox and Hot Wheels scattered about. And we're gonna head down this way. The shelving here has all kinds of treasures. Look at that. Got old traps there. Hopefully they're not in use anymore. Remember the old Coca-Cola freeze guy there? I can't remember his name, but I remember him as an advertisement. Got the Bee Gees lunchbox. Got Garfield. Or Heathcliff. That's not Garfield, it's Heathcliff. You got Jet Patrol, Barbie lunchbox, all kinds of oil canisters there, jars. Get this fish. Oh, look at all these. Wow. So cool. You gotta go through them real neat. I'm kind of whispering people around. So, his head here. I'm not sure what that is. That's pretty scary though. I wonder if that's from a wax museum or something. You never know. Is that Martin Luther King? I think it is about the hair. I think that is. That's pretty cool looking. These jetliners. Good Native American playing the drums. And over here, an old bike for $3,650. It's called a Bone Shaker. Yeah, that'll rattle your bones. This taxidermy bear for $450. Then there's also some memorabilia, military memorabilia right here. Helmets, caps, just different accessories. Got some vinyl. Got some bombs. Is that G.I. Joe? It's $95 for that one. No, it's just a display. It's a F-14 Tomcat Navy display aircraft. Got the pilots inside the cockpit. So I wonder if it's RC. Could be. Got some cookie jars. Got some old advertising here. Ashtray. Yep, Grandpa used to have those. He used to smoke a pipe. That's what he would have. Everything's 50% off. And in this booth, some of my video will be kind of long running, so just bear with me. Just kind of enjoy what you're looking at, you know? Christmas stuff. There's Spock. Oh, check these out. This is a Lou the Mothman shirt. Invasion. I've seen them at different antique malls. Yes, Crap-A-Rama. Check those out. Dissected fishes, different animals, foot mask, some of the not a critter, we call ghoulies maybe. Pee-wee stuff. But yeah, look at the mash up here. Oh, this cool gremlin's got Gizmo. But yeah, he's always got some really neat stuff in here. They're also at Granddaddy's Antiques. Monkey. All kinds of t-shirts. Posters. Love the old carnival looking one, two-headed goat poster. Little blow molds. Captain Spaulding. Got some cool stuff in the showcase right here, including a mummy's hand. Look at that. Oh, he's got some classic VHS movies as well. A lot of horror stuff. Always like coming in here and looking at all his amazing collection. A lot of oddity stuff too. There's a lot of, he carries a lot of oddity as well. Very cool. Look at the mermaid. Gigi. Yeah, I'm looking carefully to see if I see any Big Jim stuff. There's many dolls here. Some Disney stuff. Got the dwarves down there. Oh, there are all 7 of them. Yeah, you all 7 dwarves. Right over here. The baby shoes. That whole thing is filled up with baby shoes. I guess you can also use it for your doll too. Like gum machine here. Yeah, very fun stuff. Some camel mugs. Those are cool. Yeah, I'm looking carefully. Amplifier. But clocks. More camel stuff. This cabinet is filled with themed salt and pepper shakers. Got a bunch. A lot of porcelain statues, things like that you would get back in the 50s and 60s. Then over here, got a Cupid doll for 16. Little Cupid guy. And wall decorations. And I saw this elephant. Thought he was cool. Then I found this classic Cookie Monster. Check out this standing lamp. That is $1,000 for that. That's cool. And right behind this is a animatronic Santa and then a blow mold Santa. We got some vintage games and clothing over here. Just want to see what they have. Yeah, you got a few familiar games and jigsaw puzzles. And just slowly making my way through the antique mall. Seeing some cool stuff. So, and you can find some deals here too. A lot of the booths, you know, they'll have anywhere from 15% off all the way up to 50% off. These standing radios are neat. Look at those. Those are cool. A big portrait of Elvis. Right there, you got this whole TV set. Right here, multi-tech, and that is $65. Very similar to what we had in our bedroom when we were kids. That old black and white TV set. The lantern collection right here. And there's something for your baby right there. So, yeah, I'm just gonna look around and see what I might find. Thought this was cool. It's actually a Disneyland tumbler with Mickey on top in his wizard outfit from Fantasia. $30 for that. And was an antique mall without your classic vintage cameras. Check that out. I know a lot of collectors that collect cameras. Got lenses, microscopes. Look at these guys. Got all these on here. This is a fun booth. Look at these guys. There you go. So yeah, if you collect cameras and lenses, this booth has it all. Look at that, all the way down to the floor. All kinds of cameras. Little lanterns here. Clocks. Turn around. Yeah, he's got an array of stuff. All those lenses. Also got bags down there too, and the old editing machine. Can you imagine how long it would take to get a YouTube video out if you're still using those? forever. But with technology, it's really helped out, that's for sure. Got a giant Go-Gru from Funko Pops. Then over here, more classic trucks. Tonka. Yeah, Doritos one, that's cool. Then you have this old cash register. And I found these hats here. It looks like they're autographed, I guess, by drivers. Yeah, there's a few of them on this rack here. You got autographed hats. That's neat. Here's a Darth Vader carry case for your figures. Right there. Yeah, Batmobile. That's cool. Yeah, I'm just going through each of these shelves just to see what I can find of the old Hula Girl. Pretty neat. Is that the Ninja Turtles? I think that is Ninja Turtles right there. More comics. Yeah, you'll find like little hidden boxes like this with magazines and comic books, things like that. There's a Woody Woodpecker. There's like a soap bottle. Shampoo. Check out the size of that Texaco sign. It's probably one of those ones that would be on the highway, so you can find the Texaco station. That thing's huge. This one's fun. Look at the old football gear right here. Helmet and pads. Got more taxidermy. Then you get the old phones hanging up right here. But it's been a fun day here at Lost in Time, because you can't get lost here. It's a pretty good size antique mall. I'm not done yet, but I'm headed this way. Found this Carowinds Snoopy lamp. Check that out. I've never seen that before, and that is only $10 for Snoopy. Okay, we're heading back this way towards the entrance. I'm still looking. Of course, I did pick up something for Connie. I'll have to show you that. It's pretty cool. Something she really loves. But yeah, we're heading back this way. I had to show you this old Bert and Ernie radio. It's like a AM radio. That's pretty cool. Found these are wrestling bendies. There's Goldberg, The Rock, Diamond Dallas Page. They're $5 each. Not sure who that is. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Old wrestling bendies. So that was a blast over here at the Lost in Time Antique Mall. Love coming here. Everybody's great here. Really nice. And be sure to check out my previous video when I was here. It's about a year ago. But I want to show you this rooster I picked up for Connie. She loves roosters, so I had to get this for her. We actually have the ducks from the same company or artist that does these. Yeah, the detail, it looks realistic too. So this is for Connie. I had to pick that up. We'll have it in our living room with the ducks. Then real quick, I want to show you, I picked up Elf Quest for $1.25. I love Elf Quest. And then Plop, this is like the Plop Giant right here. I love Sergio's work, so I had to get that. And then I also picked up some Famous Monsters of Filmland. I don't think I have that. If I do, no big deal. I got a great deal on them. He had them on sale, so I got him. And then I also got this one. I know I don't have this one. This number 90. The other, this is number 54. So early 70s, late 60s, around there. And then I also got Weird. I love the artwork. So I wanted to show you what I picked up here at Lost in Time Antique Mall. And I also picked up this Walt Disney World tray with Mickey Mouse on there. That's definitely vintage. I do remember these at the park back in the day. This is probably early 80s, I would think. And so the price tag thing's still on there. But I was happy to find this. Got a great deal on that as well. But you will find really good deals here at Lost in Time Antique Mall. So yeah, it's warmed up a little bit. The scenery is beautiful here as far as the leaves go. They're orange, reds, yellows. It's peak fall time here in this area, and like again, we're right near Winston-Salem. Great antique mall to come to. They actually have a few more, but this is one of my favorites for sure to stop into. A lot of classic things, vintage things, antique furniture, antique tools, vintage toys, of course, magazines, all kinds of glassware, cool stuff. But yeah, if you haven't been here before, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. We cover this kind of stuff, antiques. We cover events, festivals, small towns, all kinds of seasonal events that go on around the area in North Carolina, South Carolina, also parts of Tennessee. We like visiting Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Sevierville, things like that, doing the Blue Ridge, going to mountain towns and seeing what's going on, and just beautiful scenic stuff, but also a lot of collectibles. We actually got a toy show that we're hitting real soon, so be ready for that. And then we also get the Christmas show coming up as well, the Southern Christmas show. We cover that all the time as well. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do. We got more coming really soon. We do this for you guys, and yeah, so you can find out what's going on in the area, things to do, and if you haven't done it before, maybe do it in the future. We also cover amusement parks. A lot of Christmas events are coming up, so we'll be covering that as well. All right, guys, you take care. We'll see you soon. Be sure to subscribe. Bye-bye.